We are officially live. Give me 1 second for I can share it. This is wild. I ain't gonna lie, bro, because been doing lots of research,
For
and
sure.
yeah, your face has been on my computer screen for the past 2 days, and this is
No
crazy.
way.
And you're actually here now. You're actually here on my platform. It's wild to me. You know what I mean? I feel like I already know you. I already know who
That's
you are.
crazy. That's what's
Yeah,
up, though.
yeah, it's wild. Yeah,
Ayy.
I take this very seriously. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
for Smooth Vega to hit me up and say, we can make this happen. Like it was a real big deal. So I just want to first and foremost, I want to shout out to Smooth Vega for making this happen, man.
Yes. Yeah. Shout out to Smooth for real.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Let me share the link real quick. Get people in here. A lot of my people are excited for this too.
Nice. I'm glad. That's what's up.
All right, there we go. We're all good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived. This is the main event, bro. If for all my people who have been watching, I had an incredible lineup, man. Yesterday we had Prolific. You know what I mean? He's one of the viral guys that went crazy on that R&B Full Mob Challenge. And then I got Cheeto the Clown and I got Andrew Acuna. But this right here is the main event. This is what we all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. The West Texas Loca, El Paso, Texas, in the
Ayy.
house, in the building, bro. She's been making moves. She's been making noise. She's just been going crazy, knocking down doors, bro. We have Krystall Poppin in the building.
What's
Let's
up?
get it.
What's
How
up?
you
What's
doing?
up? Hey, I'm good. How you doing, bruh?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really great. This is a big. I was telling Krystall, this is a real big deal for me, guys. It's a big deal for Mundo Vision Media because if all my followers know that I'm real passionate about the Texas hip hop scene. I'm hip hop in general, right? But Texas, I'm real strong about that. I like to shed light on the representation. You know what I mean? Good representation. People who are real artists like yourself. So this is a
So,
very big deal for Mundo Vision Media, and everybody just put the hand clapping emojis in the comment section right now, bro. Man, we got her. We got her in the building, guys. This is it. We're here. Krystall Poppin's in the building, man. So
what's
first,
up?
first, how you feeling? Everything good?
I'm feeling good, you know what I'm saying? Working hard on my album and just, you know what I'm saying? Going hard.
That's great. That's good. I see you're a busy woman. You know what I mean? And the fact that you're holding it together and you're making time for this small podcaster like me. You know what I mean? This little small freaking platform. The fact that you're doing this is cool too. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to do this interview. You just don't. You know what I mean? Because I'm a small time podcaster in West Texas, and the fact that you're making time for me, I really really appreciate it.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. No, honestly, it's cool. It's cool. I love, always remember where I come from, you know what I mean? Like blessings are like happening and stuff, which is really,
Yeah.
really cool. And I've been working hard towards that, but it ain't always been like that. So, it's all
Facts. Yeah, and it's West Texas in the house.
you know what I'm saying?
Nine
Shout
one
out
five to the four
Paso
three two.
915. Ayy.
And I'm in Midland, Odessa area, so it's West Texas
Okay,
strong.
yeah. That's what's
Yeah,
up. Okay, you're not
yeah. I
that
live in
far.
Midland, so we used to be 915.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, from Midland, Odessa, San Angelo, Lubbock. No, not Lubbock. That's 806. But like Midland, Odessa, and surrounding towns, we used to be 915 all the way to El Paso.
What? No way. That's
Yeah,
interesting. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
yeah. I remember I
Okay.
was like 16, 17 when that changed, and I had a lot of homeboys who had 915 tatted on the back of their heads.
No way. Oh shit. And then they changed it.
And then
Ooh.
they changed it, bro. I was like, damn, I feel bad for the motherfuckers who got tatted on their heads and shit.
Damn, bro. That sucks.
But yeah, so we used to be 915, but now it's 432. But still, West Texas representing. I know El Paso is
Always.
far away from Midland, Odessa, but still, we're all West Texas.
Yeah, for sure. Always.
So shout out to everybody tuning in, guys. Hey guys, I see y'all tuning in from YouTube and Facebook. Shout out to the YouTube gang because y'all been going strong. Y'all been like, I'm actually starting to get a fan base on YouTube, and so I really appreciate the love y'all been showing. So all the people that are tuning in right now, I need y'all to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. Okay, Mundo Vision Media is the Mexican algorithm. You already know. So hit the like button. Comment below. Give me the Mexican flag emojis. Give me the Earth emojis because that's my emoji. You know what I mean? Mundo Vision Media. So do that below to get the algorithm going. Help a Mexican out. All right. So let's start this off. April 17, 2015. Hip hop shapeshifter Krystall Poppin turns pain into skill.
Damn.
You quoted this in the El Paso Times. Christopher Rivera was the writer. You said, "I'm not here to be fake or try to be someone else.
Yup. Period. Always since day one.
This is really me. This is who I am." It is
Mhm.
now a decade later, just a few days past the anniversary of that article.
That's wild,
It's a
man.
few days past. It just a few days ago. It's 10 years since that article.
Damn. That's wild that you found that.
What I do. Did you feel you stayed true to that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. I feel like the person who decided to chase this dream is the same person I am today. You know, a lot has happened between then and now, for sure. I've gone through so much in this industry, so much in my career, ups and downs, blessings, highs and lows. And I just feel like since that girl said that, I've become wiser. I've learned a lot and learned a lot of lessons. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for believing in herself and for taking on this, wild dream. And I feel like it's finally, the fruit is starting to come alive. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that was the half brown hair, half black hair, Crystal
I had
Poppin,
a
right?
blonde streak of hair.
Was it a
Yeah,
blonde?
it was
Okay,
it
was
was
it a blonde? It looked
blonde
like,
and brown.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like brownish blondish, right?
Yeah.
Back in the
Crazy.
days.
Yeah, I used to be like all like emo girl and shit, like in high school. So when I started rapping, I was still kind of had that style. So then when I was like, what am I gonna do? I need to do something crazy. So I dyed half my hair blonde. Yeah, but
So,
that didn't
so that was
it's like
your.
that for a couple years.
So that was like, what you say? Like you said, it was to stand out. It was.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, I just wanted to like express myself and just give myself like a look, you know what I mean? And then at the time when I started rapping, I was going to beauty school to be a cosmetologist. So,
Yes.
I remember the day you graduate from beauty school, the beauty school I went to, they give you like any services you want. They're like you can do your hair, you can do your whatever, makeup, nails, anything you want, you get it all the day you graduate. So, I was like thinking of what I want on the day I graduate, what I want. So I was thinking, I was like, I want to do something to my hair. And I'm telling you, I was barely starting to rap, like barely, barely, barely. I had like one song out. And then I was like, you know what? I came up with this idea. I was like, I think I want like half my hair to be blonde. And then I think that'd be really cool, look and shit for stage. So yeah, so I did it the day I graduated beauty school. I did the blonde streak and then I had that for a few years. And yeah, that's the look I started with.
That's cool. That's cool that you say that. Because seeing you perform, seeing your music videos, you always got style. You always got some dope.
Thank you.
You got some dope drip. You know what I mean? You
Thank
you,
you.
you
Thank
showing
you.
out.
Hey, that's what's up. Thank you.
And to finish up that question, you kind of said it, but was it very hard for you to stand by that quote that you made in the El Paso Times? Like even in this part of your career, is it has it got harder to stay true? Like, were
Mm,
there times where you tested, where you were tested?
so I was definitely challenged throughout these years. Yes, for sure. Because I've met a lot of people who, I've been in meetings with people who promised me the world as long as I changed myself. And you know what I mean? Like I've been in rooms like that. And I'm not gonna lie, like when someone like presents you all your dreams come true, like on a platter for you, you want to try it out. So there was times where I was like, okay, this doesn't all the way feel right, but let me see what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So then I went ahead and I did some music with some people that I wish I hadn't, and I'm just glad that at the end of the day, I didn't like lock myself in too deep with them, and I was able to, like stay independent at the end of the day, because I stayed true to myself. And now that I'm looking back, at first when I walked away from those deals, it kind of seemed crazy because it was like, damn, like are you really gonna like give up your like this could be your only opportunity and you're gonna walk away from it? But in my heart and my soul, I was just like, it's not me and it's not right and I can't do it. So yes, I did stay true ultimately to those words because it didn't feel right, so I walked away and better things came after that. So yeah.
Nice. That's a dope testament. I hope like up and coming artists watch this interview and hear that part right there because that's very important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for
Those are
sure.
obstacles that you overcame that maybe some others won't have to go through because which of what you just said right now. So
Right. Yeah. If it doesn't feel
so,
right, it's not right. Like because
facts.
what's meant for you will always feel right. It will be very obvious. It will be like it'll just feel right and you'll know. And then in those other situations, although I gave those people like a little chance, um during those chances it was just like it's not right. It's not right. I can't follow through with it. So I didn't.
Got you, got you.
Yeah.
Shout out to some of these comments real quick. Shout out to Texas Pesci. Texas Pesci, he's a rapper from Midland, Texas. He's a very big fan of you. So can we get a shout out to Texas Pesci real quick?
Shout out to Texas Pesci.
Let's go. He's gonna be happy as hell I did that. Shout out to Ryder the Trillis. Shout out to Johnny Sanchez from YouTube. Gavino Reyes, my brother, man. What's up, bro? Shout out to Justin Marmalejo, Ray Villa, and Smooth Vegas up. And he says, "Don't be messy, this motherfucker."
Don't be messy.
Come
He's
on, wait.
messy. That fool.
He said he's gonna call me Messi Mundo Vision. I mean Messi Vision Media from now on because of our last interview. He's being
Oh man.
he's being funny. He's being funny. I won't even be messy at all. I was being professional way. I was being
That's
professional way. I was asking a professional question. And anyways, but shout out to everybody tuning in. Shout out to my cousin Chris Taylor in the building. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget the like button. Don't forget to share. Share this right now, okay? Help him Mexican now. You already know. So let's go back to November 18, 2012. Marco Polo Bar, your very first performance. You said you were really nervous. You said that you had butterflies in the stomach, that you was going crazy, and
yeah.
looking back, like, do you still get nervous before every performance, or
So
are you past
so
that?
it's not as bad as for when I first started. So when I first started rapping, bro, it like I didn't know how to control my anxiety. My anxiety was very intense. And when I first started doing shows, I almost would I would want to throw up before a show. Like I couldn't
Mm.
even drink water because as soon as like I would want to like swallow the water, like I would want to throw up. So
Yeah,
it was so
yeah,
bad. My anxiety, I didn't know how to control it. And it's just because like I was just very like not I don't know if shy is the word. It's just like I don't like when people look at me. At least back then. Like I didn't like people like looking at me and that would just give me anxiety. So like I'd be backstage on my first shows just knowing that like all like every single person in the room is about to stare at me. You know what I mean? Whether it's good, bad, they're gonna judge me or they're gonna love me or they're gonna hate me. Like I don't know, but just the thought would just like freak me out. And it was really bad. So but as soon as I got on stage, it was all good. Like I would just like lose myself in the music, you know what I mean? And then like I just like give it all on stage. And I actually was like a really good performer. So, but just like the buildup was just hard to handle. So I just started like realizing like I can't like how am I going to choose this as my career if I like freak out like this before a show like doing shows is part of the
yeah,
fucking career, like I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
be this freaked out. So I started just like learning ways to like calm down my anxiety.
Mm,
And I was like I think I was watching like a video one time, like inspirational video or something. And the person who was speaking, I even forgot where I saw this because it was so long ago. But the person was saying that the feeling of excitement and the feeling of anxiety are the same feeling, and it all just depends on your perspective
mm,
on what it is. And it's all in your head, like it's on your mental, like your what you think or how you perceive it. So I was like, that's true, because it's both just like adrenaline, you know what I mean? And when you're excited, you're happy, you can't wait to do something. But like when I'm
yeah.
having a panic attack, like I just want to run away. So I'm just like, if it's the same feeling, I just need to shift my perspective on this. So I started doing that. So I started thinking like whenever like these feelings started building up before a show, I'm just like I just remind myself like I'm just excited. Like I'm just really excited to get on stage and like do my thing and do what I got to do and do what I know how to do. And I don't need to freak out because I know what I'm doing. I know my music. I'm not going to forget my lyrics. I know these shits in my sleep. Like, I just
Yeah.
kind of like started like self-talk and like positive self-talk. And that really helped me calm my anxiety down. And
Mm.
now if I get like nervous, it's kind of like just like Like very subtle, and then I just just get back into that mental, like get my head in the game, and then like just like go over like, okay, like this is gonna be my first move. As soon as I know my first move, like the rest just flows on on my
Mm.
sets. And I've done really big shows now. Like I've opened up for really big people like Ice Cube, Cardi B. I just opened up for OT and Big X the Plug for spring break. There was like 6,000 people there. Like I've done really, really big shows.
Hey, real
And
quick, real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off,
yeah.
but you had a missed opportunity. You should have took Ice Cube, your bear, to get to meet Ice Cube in person. That would have been
Oh my
crazy.
God.
You
Okay.
should have got a
Yes.
picture of that. That would
I
have been
know, I
crazy.
know. So look, let me tell you this. So Ice Cube, my bear, for people who don't know, that is the bear that I grew up with. Like literally, I was a baby when they gave me that bear, and it's very special to me. And he's like my little mascot, like when I go live
Yeah,
and shit, right?
yeah.
So I decided I was like, I should travel with him, and just like have him in the club and have him like, with me all the time and shit. So I traveled with him one time. Like I flew on a plane with him. I went like to a show with him. Like I did all this stuff with him. And I was freaking out the whole time about, like, I was stressed out the whole time. I was like, I don't know, I don't want no one touching him. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, like when I had him in the plane, I had to put him under a seat, like under the seat in front of me. Like they didn't let me have him. So they're like, you have to put it under a seat. So he had to like touch the floor of the airplane. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, he's fucking touching the floor. Like just like just because I love him so much, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
didn't want nothing to happen to him. So I was like, he cannot leave my house now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he means too much to me. Like I didn't really enjoy myself because I was just like worried about
That's
it.
wild. Yeah, it's like
You know what I
having a
mean?
baby, like having the actual child.
Exactly. It's like I couldn't chill. I couldn't really get drunk. Like it was like no. Like dude, I don't know what I would do if anything happened to him.
So what made you perform after being a rapper for only 4 months? When you
What made me
performed that first
perform?
time, yeah, you when you performed, you said you only had been rapping for 4 months,
Yeah.
and you performed that first time at the Marco Polo bar. What
Yeah.
after 4 months you performed? Like that's crazy. Like I rapped for like probably 2 years before I hit a stage.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know. I just felt like the opportunity came up and I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna do it. Like I didn't want to say no. I was I'm very like go-getter. Like I'm like a doer, like I do. So like
mm,
when the chance came up, they were just like, hey, I have this show. Do you Because also like at the time I was like there was a very small group of rappers in El Paso, and I was like the only girl. So once I put out my first song, it was kind of like talk of the town. You know what I mean? Like people were just kind of
mm.
like, oh, there's a female rapper and she's pretty dope, la la la. Like it was just kind of like went around the community. So when the show came up, like. And they were like, "You want to do it?" Like they came and asked me, you know what I mean? Because they're like, "We want to see you perform." Um, yeah, so I did it.
That's dope. Yeah, opportunity comes knocking. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you got to,
Open
man.
the
You
door
got to. You got to
for
take
sure.
advantage for sure. You got to say yes. You got to say yes.
Yes. Hey, like that movie with Jim Carrey.
Exactly, dude.
Have you seen
Yes. Yeah,
that?
yeah. That one. Yeah. You got to say yes.
He
You
said
got to say
yes to
yes.
everything. That's
Because
one.
why? Like, if there's not really like a real reason to say no, you should say yes.
Facts. No, facts, facts. I
Yeah.
want to go to the comments real quick because they're having the ball over here. Jay Vaz is in the building.
Oh, J
Um,
Vaz, what's
he said
up?
KP the best female rapper in Texas. Anything else said is BS. Facts.
Ooh, J Vaz, my boy. That's
And
what's up.
and then Smooth. He says Jay Vaz is here for his boo.
Oh man, don't even start. Don't even start, bro.
That was entertainment though. That was fun, man. But he did drop the ball, bro. What was he thinking that when he thought
I,
you thought you weren't serious and
I
he
feel
thought you were
so bad talking about it, bro, because you're just like so. I so J Baz kind of halfway invited, halfway asked me out to be his Valentine, and I said yes. And then I don't know if he didn't take me serious because then he didn't take me out.
he likes to
I was
say
like.
he likes to say because he didn't have his barber was out of town or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
because you know
that.
a haircut. But then
Yeah, he
later on the
blamed it on the
photo, maybe he has
haircut.
another girl or some shit. I don't know. But I was down. I was so down.
Yeah, shout out to J Bass, man. He's
Shout
a
out to J
podcaster that I
Bass.
look up to. Him and Smooth are podcasters that I look up to. So I'm glad that to be interacting with these two guys, man. For real. Much respect to them.
Yes, yes. Love you guys.
Shout out to Lalo. He is Carla's brother. He said, "Hell yeah, KP helped Carla a lot with her first performance because she was nervous as f."
Yes, I love Lalo. I love Carla. Yo, that's my little sister. It's my little bro right there for real.
Yeah,
Like I love
uh,
them so much. Carla, I love her because she's just real. She's just
yeah,
authentic herself, never been fake, never been like just she's a dope ass vibe and her music's tight. Everything I feel like anything she says on a song is just coming from a real ass place and I respect the fuck out of
yeah,
it. You know what I mean? And Lalo's
yeah.
beats
Like
are
it's.
dope as fuck. The
I've said that before
production's
too.
dope as
It's like
fuck.
it's not forced at all. Like it's just
Yeah,
like
no, it's just
flows
her.
out
It's
of her.
just her. It's just her
Yeah,
doing her thing. You know what I mean? And I love that. I love authenticity. You know?
that's facts. That's cool because she's from the hometown. She's from. I
Oh
mean, she's not
yeah,
from
yeah,
Midland, but she's been in Midland for a while. So
yeah. For sure, for sure.
always got to represent for Carla every time, man.
Period.
So let's go back to March of 2016. You had your first Billboard sign.
Oh
You
yeah.
s- you stood back and saw your name held up high for the world to see.
Yes.
Other than the promotion, why was that moment so important for you? Why did you want the people to see your name on that big billboard?
Because man, like I really didn't come from nothing, you know, and that might be a cliche story for a fucking rapper, right? Like, okay, we all whatever, but I'm just saying, like, I'm
It's your
one of
truth,
those
though. It's your
people.
truth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my truth. Like, I'm one of those people who came from nothing, and all I did was find something that felt good to forget about the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I found my passion, and because of my passion and chasing something real in my life, I had the opportunity to put my name on a billboard in my hometown, bro. And it was for my music. You know, it wasn't because I was doing anything else. You know, it wasn't an advertisement for anything else in my life but for my music. And that was so cool. Like even the location was on like the main freeway, like on I-10. Like it was right there. Like anyone that was going that way, like anywhere, you were gonna see
Yeah.
that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is.
And it was just a really big moment for real. Super proud of that. I want to like recreate that moment again, you know, with my new album and shit. But
You should. Same
it was
spot, same
cool.
billboard. That'd be dope as hell.
Yeah, that would be cool. It would be cool for sure. It's
Side
in
by side pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the, hopes for sure. But yeah, shout out to my first album, Starstruck. A lot of stuff happened. You know, I went in, I did Starstruck, but that was like the real first time that I so before that I had dropped like singles here and
Yeah.
there, and I was just kind of like getting used to putting music out
Yeah.
before that. You know what I mean? So then I put Starstruck out. It was my first body of work,
Yeah. I'm
and
so Crystal.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so I'm
It's
so
okay. It's
sorry,
okay. It's
but
okay.
I'm gonna get to that, and I don't want to jump out of line. I'm gonna get
Okay,
to
yeah,
Star
for
Trek.
sure, for sure.
Okay, so I got it written out really nicely. I don't want to. I want the
Okay, yeah,
momentum to
yeah,
build up.
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, but we're gonna get to that. You're gonna get that
Okay.
off. All right. But real quick before I get to my next question, I wanted to I know you went to college for a little bit, and you
Yeah,
said every year that you were in college you would change your major. You couldn't
yeah,
decide what you wanted to do. So
right.
you had other than the cosmetology, was there any other dreams, or is there a backup dream? I mean, not that say that you're not going to make it, because I'm
So,
sure you're going to make it. But what else is
so
there?
yeah. So I mean, right when I graduated high school, I went straight to college with no plan. You know what I mean? And I just kind of was just like, what do I do? And I was like, I think medical field seems safe. You know, that seems like a good career. Like I could be a nurse. Registered nurse. That sounds cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So first year in college, I'm like going for nursing, and I'm starting to get through the classes and shit. And then there's like other I started talking to other students and shit and like that were doing nursing. And then they were just like, yeah, so and I was like, so what happens? You guys know what happens like once we like get to like be nurses? Like what do we have to do? And they're like, oh yeah, so eventually like you're gonna have to like go through, I guess the words residency. I don't know the terminology, but I didn't make it that far. Okay. But they're just like, okay, so like you graduate and then you gotta go like do sometimes people go to like elderly homes and they got to change diapers or you got to draw blood somewhere and like you're just talking about all this stuff that I'm like I don't know, I don't want to do none of that. You know, I'm like, I don't want to touch no
Yeah.
blood. I don't
Yeah.
want to change no diapers. Like, I don't want to do nothing like that for real. And I was like, maybe this is not for me, you know? So I was like, okay, like, I don't want to do this. So then, boom, second year of college comes around, and I was like, what should I do? What should I do? And I was like, oh, okay, let me go for business. Maybe I can like open a business. But then, like, I was going for business, and then my uncle heard I had changed my major, and he's like, why'd you change your major? And I was like, because I don't really want to do nursing. And he was just like, well, what'd you change it to? And I said, to business. And he's like, for what? You don't need a business degree to do business. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, like, you don't need to go to school and pay money to open up a business. And I was just like, I guess you're right. So then, boom, third year comes, and I changed my major again to English, because I was like, you know what? It's been 3 years bullshitting in college. And what I actually like to do on my free time is write. Like, write. You know what I mean? Like, I would write. And I
Yeah.
wasn't even rhymes. I wasn't even writing rhymes. Like, at first I was just journaling, but I would like put all my passion, all my energy, my emotions into
Yeah.
this writing. You know what I mean? So then I was like, what if I'd be like an English teacher? I think I would actually like that. I think that'd be really cool, because I love to write. So I went to do that, like to become an English
Mm.
teacher. And then that year, I was like actually doing good. Like, my grades were doing good. And I was just like, all right, like kind of, I felt like I was catching my footing that year. And then towards the end of that year, the financial aid like office called me in, and they told me like, hey, Krystall, so according to all your grades from previous years, your grades are not good enough to get financial aid anymore, so we're cutting you off. And I'm like,
Oh,
what? I was like,
damn.
I did really good this year. And they're like, yeah, but you didn't do good the last 2 years before that. And I was just like, what the fuck? So like, yeah, so you don't
Damn.
got financial aid anymore. And I was like, motherfucker, like, so I was like, I can't pay for this shit. So like, I had to drop out. Like, I was forced to drop out of college
Wow.
just for that. So then I want to say it wasn't a full year that I spent like at home trying to figure out what to do, because I was at home for a couple months, like losing my mind, bro. I was like,
Mm.
I can't go to school. Like, look,
Imagine.
what do I do? Like, you know what I mean? And I was just like, shit. And then my sister, she had just started cosmetology school. And then she would come home and she would like talk to me about it. She'd be in her little scrub and shit. And she'd be like, yeah, we did this today and we did that today and blah, 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 blah. And I would just listen to her. I'm like, that sounds really fun. Like, I actually like, you know, I have two sisters. So we've been doing our hair,
Yes.
each other's hair forever, you know, since we were little. And I was like, I actually like doing hair. That seems like a cool job, and like I can make some money while I figure out what the fuck I want to do in my life. So then I was like, I'm gonna go talk to my sister's school. So I went into the office, and then I talked to them, and they actually found a way to give me financial aid to go to cosmetology school, like through this other way.
Mm.
And I ended up signing up for beauty school, and I ended up going to beauty school. So I graduated
Mm.
from there, got my license, and then worked at a salon for a couple years.
Dang, that's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
when you were working, you were rapping at the same time?
So when the year I started beauty school, that's when I started rapping.
Oh, okay. Got
Yeah.
you. Got you. So go Panthers.
Go Panthers! What's up, Golden Panthers? All the way, baby.
Austin High School, right?
Austin High School.
Principal John Tanner.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Did,
Yep.
did you give him
Jackson.
hell? Did you give him hell in high
I
school?
kept it low key.
Yeah.
I really don't feel like I didn't really have friends. I did softball. People in softball knew me. But I
Oh, you
really
played softball.
Huh?
You played softball?
Softball, yeah, I played softball in high
Oh, that's
school, yeah.
pretty cool. I played baseball my whole life. My daughter plays softball.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I really
Baseball,
like the
softball.
sport. I really do. So, just to super random, sometimes Aaron Jones, he's from El Paso. He went to UTEP here. So sometimes he does a charity baseball game here in El Paso, and he's invited me twice to go play. And I'm like one of the best ones in the game, you know, besides all the because he invites like real athletes to come play too, and like of course they kill it. But like, I mean, I'm sorry, the regular people, like I always score, you know, like, I always get on base
What
and stuff.
position did you play?
Second base.
Oh, that's dope. Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
they put me on shortstop one time, and it was really cool, but it was more challenging, more demanding. I want to say it was more demanding than second base. So I was like, I'm
Yeah.
cool. I'm a second baseman. Yeah.
Yeah, shortstop, you got a wide range to cover.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's more dangerous. The balls fly faster. Pause. You know what I mean? Like second base is cool. Like I like second base for sure.
So you said you were still in high school. Why is that?
Like remember I told you that like I don't like people looking at me.
Yeah.
Like I Like,
Anxiety issues.
like
Okay.
that's how I was in high school. Like I just didn't want no attention. Like I just didn't talk to people. I was real loner, like lone wolf, like
Mm,
you know what I mean? Like I kind of just did my own thing in high school and
mm,
yeah, I just
gotcha.
was not popular.
So
At all.
you used to journal and write poetry, and that's what got you to start rapping, right? Because
Yeah.
you had a rhyme that you wrote. Some of your you're at a party or something, and some of your
Yes.
friends you just jumped in with the rhyme that you had
Yes.
and you killed it. So do
Yes.
you still journal?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right now I feel like I journal a lot less than I used to. Like when I was in high school, it was like that's how I would communicate. You know what I mean? Because I didn't
Mm,
communicate with people. So
mm,
that's how I was doing it. And now, like I've been blessed to be like more social butterfly, more friends, more communication, more friendships, and relationships and stuff like that. So I do journal a lot less, but when I do journal, like it's more of like a moment of therapy and stuff
mm.
like that for sure. Like it was therapy back then as well, but I'm just saying like now it's just like I've like there's so much going on. I'm so stressed. Like let me write it out. Let me throw it all on the paper and just let me like release this. And that's when I do it for sure.
Nice, cool, good deal. I want to get some comments before I get to my next question.
Okay.
'Cause these guys are getting demanding in here. Shout out to Shaq, bro. What's up, my boy?
Shout out to
Uh,
Shaq.
my we call him Diesel Train.
Diesel Train.
Yeah,
Okay. He's a
shout
big
out to Diesel.
boy.
Yes, sir. The big boy in the building. Got a few big boys in this motherfucker. We got
Period.
my boy Mike Murder from Odessa. He said, "Keep up the good work, smokes." Shout out to KP.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey,
We got my homie Bars from Midland, Texas. Congrats on the interview. See, I told you my people was proud of me. They're proud of me,
that's
man. My
what's
people from
up. I'm
yeah.
glad. I'm glad. I'm glad.
He says, y'all keep going up. Shout out to him.
Love it.
Shout out to Money Mike. He said, "What's good? I'm the one who gave her that free Henny bottle at the truck show fest when she came to Odessa."
Ooh, that's what's up. Thank you. That Henny bottle was a vibe. So thank you so much for that.
Hell yeah, cool. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. Shout
That's
out to
what's up.
everybody. Shout out to everybody. I'll get to some more commentary in a little bit, guys. Shout out to everybody commenting, man. I appreciate y'all, man. For on shit. Support to my people from my city, man. Rooting me on, man. Thank y'all.
That's what's up.
So they're being dumb in the comments, being silly. Um so rest in peace, Chill Will.
Rest in peace, chill will, always and forever.
6 years old.
Well, I was really 4, about to be 5 the next month. So
Oh,
my dad died
okay.
in May when I was 4,
Okay.
and in June I turned 5.
It's got to be a hard thing to do. I mean, I'm 4 or 5. I have memories when I'm 4 or 5, so I know. I'm sure you
Yeah.
remember it,
Yeah.
and you probably couldn't comprehend the like. You probably couldn't grasp it all at that moment, being a young child like that.
Yeah.
So I like to say it's harder for people who because they grow up realizing more. The older you get, the more and more you realize what happened. Like you lost your father, and there's
Yeah.
times in your life where you needed him, and you know what I mean. So has that been hard for you to deal with? And
For sure. It the weirdest thing I feel is because like sometimes I'll talk to people and they'll be like, and I'll like talk about like my dad and memories of my dad, and I was 4 years old, and I have a very strong memory of him and those times in my life, and I'll talk to people and they'll be like, I don't fucking remember when I was 4, like I don't know, like they don't remember that, and I feel like because he died at at that time, like that time in my life is like burned into my brain. You know what I mean? Like, because it was such a traumatic experience for me at that age that I just remember everything around that time. You know what I mean? I remember the day that we found out, like what was happening in my house. Like I remember everything, and I kind of like say I kind of feel like that was the day my third eye opened. That's how I
mm,
feel.
that's dope. Do you think he'd be like rooting for you? You think he'd be all supportive of your music and all that?
Yeah, yeah, man. He's a hip hop head,
He was a
so
hip hop hit, right? Notorious
yeah,
B.I.G.
yeah.
He loved
Yeah,
Notorious
dude.
B.I.G.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you?
Like he
Hey,
was
I got a theory. Do
what?
you think maybe that's why you like Big Boys? Because you listen to Biggie when you're like a freaking
I
child.
think so, dude. I mean, you know what? Like, I feel like I've been like idolizing Biggie for my whole life. That like he's just someone that like I admire. So maybe that's what it is. You know what I mean? And then like I fuck with the fact that like Lil Kim was like, like I like women were on him, so that wasn't a weird concept to me ever, ever was it a weird concept to me. Like women attracted to big men, that was like always a thing in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's cool as hell, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's all see that. I mean, I'm gonna get to that more later, but like all the naysayers, like, if you're really a fan of Krystall Poppin, then you'll go back and see that she was on Twitter saying this years ago, and
Yeah.
a guy, I forgot his name, who's the on Elm Street
Elm Street,
podcast.
yeah.
He's the one
Yeah.
that went down your
He caught
Twitter.
it.
He caught it. You know what I mean? Shout out
Yeah.
to the good podcaster from another good podcaster. We do our research. You know what I mean? We go down the feed. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so you've
Yeah,
been
man.
saying that. You've been saying
I've
that. But
been I've been on that shit. Like it was a
yeah,
while ago that I just felt like saying it one day. Random dude on Twitter, and dude, no one looks at my Twitter, so I
yeah,
was not doing this shit for no fucking clout. Or I have no clout on Twitter. Okay,
yeah,
so I was just like one day I woke up and I was like, "Good morning to the big boys only." You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I just felt like that, like saying it, and I said
yeah.
it a couple times, and he caught wind about it. So that's really where it started, like the public appearance of it.
Yeah. Since we're talking about it, let's get into it already. We're talking
All
about it already.
right.
So, we'll address the naysayers, the people who are saying that you're doing this for a marketing stunt. You're marketing a song, but
Yeah.
like I said, if you do the research, if you're really a fan of her, and if you know about her, then you'll know that she's been saying it. And the interview brought it up. She didn't bring it up. The
Yeah.
interviewer brought it up, and she just reacted the way you reacted. It was a natural reaction. You laughed about it, you were giddy about it, and you had a good time about it, and it
Yeah.
went viral. It went
Yeah.
viral. So
Yeah.
now you're doing a song on it, and I say, why not? You know what I mean? Why not?
Right.
Freaking, it's already
Right
out
now,
there. You know what I mean? It's not like it's
dude.
fake.
And
You didn't make it up.
yeah, for sure. And I didn't expect like the attention. You know what I mean? I didn't expect this to be like, so for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna say this and it's gonna go viral. Like that's not what the fuck happens. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't happen like that. So when it was happening, um, I really appreciated the comments because there was big boys that just like, oh wow, I feel seen, I feel appreciated, I love this
Mhm.
girl, like no one ever says this, and then and then I start seeing girls in the comments like, oh, I love big boys too, girl, say it, like it's a yeah, we love them over here, I'm just like, what's up, like okay, community, what's up? I didn't know it was out there. So I fucking love it. If people want to talk shit, let them. I don't care. I know what I fucking think is sexy, and I know what's up. So that's all that matters.
Straight. Do you have? Hold on, this stupid thing. There it goes. Oh dang it! All right, I'm trying to get those comments. All right, because
Okay.
when I clip this, I hate having the comments on the side of the thing.
Yeah.
But May 2nd, Big Boy Anthem is dropping. I
Yes.
tried to hit a smooth to give me a snippet of a snippet. He's like, no, we can't
No.
do it.
Mm-mm.
I respect it 100%, but that would have been cool. But is there anything you could tell us about it though? Anything at all? Just what
What
can we expect? What can we expect from the Big Boy Anthem?
you can expect? It's an anthem like that. It's a literally an anthem. It's something you could chant. It's something that um girls can chant to you. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's something that is gonna be fun to perform. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
Like I really think the big boys are gonna love it. I think that it's just I feel like I don't take like I do take a lot of shit seriously, but like if you guys watch me on my lives and shit, like I'm a fucking goofball, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to be silly. I'm a little silly goose, you know what I'm saying? So um, and I think this song like shows you that, Like I'd be doing like deep ass depressive songs sometimes. I'd be giving like real ass shit, that I've been through and like real
Mhm.
heartache stories and shit. But I can also give you like fun, like silly songs and like this. Not only is there
Facts.
like that touch in there, but I'm also saying shit that like is real, you know, like the real to me in the song. So I think you guys are gonna like it a lot.
That's fire. Is there gonna be a video to it?
Yes, yes, there's a video, so it's gonna be
Oh,
fun.
so but May 2nd is just the single. Not,
No, the video, the song,
oh
video
okay. I thought
dropping May
the song was
2nd.
dropping with some cover art or something.
Yes, yes.
Oh wow, it's the video May 2nd. That is crazy. I'm
Hmm.
so glad. I'm gonna when that drops. I'm clipping up all these little big boy parts. Man, it's gonna be good.
Yes,
It's
yes,
gonna
you
clip up
should.
nice.
And it's something we should celebrate. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a
Yeah.
topic, and it's a topic that no one talks about, and it's a group of people that no one really champions. And I feel like I'll be your champion, baby. Like, call me.
Fact. Well, where's the merch? You got the big boy merch?
It'll happen. It'll happen slowly. You know, we're getting that
Yeah.
together because with the whole album, like, we're getting everything in line and stuff. So merch is definitely gonna come
Awesome.
forth.
I'm only asking because they were asking in the comments.
Yes, merch is on the way. So keep an eye out because I hope I sell out. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of
Yeah.
big boys out in this motherfucker,
Yeah, you know
especially
what
in
I'm saying?
Texas.
I'm gonna have the big boy sizes for
Yeah, the
sure.
3X, 4X's, 2X's.
Yeah,
You
you
know
know
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying? You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Texas Special. He said good because we ain't summer ready.
Nah, y'all ready. You're ready. You're go. You're good to go.
According to Krystall Poppin, y'all ready, my boy?
Y'all ready to
We
go.
ready.
I want to
Shout out.
see, you know what I want to start the movement with the big boys? I want to start seeing the big boys shirtless. Pop out without your shirt. I don't take the fucking shirt off this summer. I want all the big boys to walk around shirtless this summer. That's gonna be the movement. I want to
There
see
you
the
go. All
bellies.
right, cool. Hell yeah. Show them
I
big
want to
old
see the
bellies.
bellies. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, that's dope. That's dope. And
Hell yeah.
shout out to man, a good fan from YouTube, Moko for life, Mundo Vision with another interview. Watching from down in Alabama. Saludos, saludos. Man, I appreciate you, Moko. You've been on here. You've been showing support, and thank you so much, man. Krystall Poppin, you guys love for you, my guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially if
yeah.
you're a big boy.
Yes. The big boys. What's up? What's up?
Infamous Mexican said, so will the video be filmed in EP where the big boys is at?
I filmed it in Dallas.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but I will be doing content in El Paso for the big boys.
Oh, nice. Cool. Awesome. So all right, let's get on. You've got songs with so much legends, it's insane. You got songs with Bun B, Baby Bash, Paul Wall. Was that your plan all along? Like you're doing songs with legends,
Yeah.
so now you're gonna become a legend? Was that the plan?
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Well,
You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
like, so I love old school music. Like I grew up old school hip hop and shit like that, you know what I mean? So when I started making music, it was always my intention to go to the OGs. Like I want to work with all the OGs. Like some people even tell me like, why don't you like try to work with newer people? And I'm just like, of course, yes. Like I would love to work with the newer like people, but I want to work with the OGs. Like that's my dream. My dream
Mm.
is to get songs with like 50 Cent, with like Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Like the old school. I want a song with Snoop. Like I want a song with Slim Thug. Like, you know what I mean? Like I want the OGs. I want a whole catalog just me OGs. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's dope as hell.
Yeah.
I'm very glad you said that. I mean, I think you've said that before somewhat, but the way you explain it right there, like you of course you want to work with the new people, but
Hmm.
you're paying homage and showing respect to the ones who come before you, and that's what makes
Yeah.
that's what separates you from a lot of people. Like that's some real shit. That's some shit that we can all respect. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, bro, and it's just real. It's just what I personally want to be listening to. You know what I mean? Like I want a song with these people, cause that's what I jam. You know what I mean?
Mm,
For real.
nice. Let's take it back to March 4th, 2016. You know what happened that day?
March 4th, that was my album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Starstruck
yeah. Starstruck dropped.
was released. That was released that year.
Hmm.
What were you doing then that's different from what you're doing now? How?
You mean as far as the music?
Yes.
So I really feel like around that time, I was experimenting a lot. I was trying things out. I was finding out my voice, my sound, what I liked, what I didn't like. I was more experimental, and I feel like searching. I was searching for my
Mm.
aesthetic, my vibe, my what I was trying to represent musically, you know? And I feel like I've gone through experimental stages, several experimental stages, and not that I don't still experiment, but I kind of like know what I like now. I know what I want to hear. I know my voice now. I know where to take it, you know? Better than I think when I was first starting, for sure. I just have more experience, and yeah, that's how I feel, like the difference between then and now. And I think you're gonna hear that in this album that's coming up.
Yeah. So I went down the rabbit hole and I listened to some old stuff that I don't even think you know is still around. There was some stuff that wasn't on your page. I found some stuff that was on your old Krystall Poppin Vivo page. There's like one video on.
Oh,
There's things like one video on there, and that was fire. And
yeah.
I've seen because I saw that you took the lyrical route first, right? You did some rock stuff, and then you took the lyrical route,
Hmm.
and then you started, you got a little, a little pop sounding, and
Hmm.
now you're doing like a mix of the both. Like
Yeah.
that's some beautiful growth right there. That's dope
Yeah.
seeing the artists grow like that. And we're seeing that before our very eyes. People
Yeah.
can learn a lot from your career, from the decisions that you made, your growth. People can learn a lot from that.
That's crazy that you noticed that. You're noticing, like, you noticed shit, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I first, like I said, like when I first started, it was because I love writing. So that's why it was lyrical, because that was just my natural approach, you know? So once I like was doing that, then that's when I started getting noticed, and then getting into these rooms with people. And once I got into rooms with people, like executives and shit, then they were kind of like, you need to water it down. You need to make it more digestible. It needs to be more pop. You know, these suggestions were like being presented to me. And that's when I was like, all right, let me pull back on the lyrical and give you something more commercial. And I always felt I have an open mind when it comes to music, and I feel like I'm down, and I feel like I'm capable of doing it. I'm doing whatever like I want to, like as long as I know where I'm going, I can get there.
Mm.
And so when they told me like try to make it more commercial, I just like immersed myself into that world and is trying to like give you the product and present it. So that's when you notice like the pop route and the more commercial vibes and the more like less lyrical. But I also want to say this, like even though I'm not being like super lyrical in these pop songs, there's still bars.
There's
Like
still bars. I was
there's
just about
still
to say
bars.
that. I was just about to say that. There's still bars in your shit.
Yes.
It's just like it's a beautiful blueprint. Pink print if you're thinking about Nicki Minaj. Nicki
Pink
Minaj
print,
does the
period.
same shit, bro. Nicki Minaj,
Exactly.
and I know she's one of your favorite rappers. You put her on
Most
your Mount Rushmore along with
Yeah.
Little Kim and Lauren Hill. So and Nicki Minaj does that, bro. She will make the pop sounds, but she still got the bars. She never,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't lose that because even if I'm making a children's song, dude, there's gonna be
There's gonna be a
bars.
clever
There
line in
has
there.
to be
Yeah, yeah.
for it to be Krystall Poppin, it has to have bars, no matter what it is.
Facts.
It could be a ketchup song, you know, a song for a
Yeah.
ketchup bottle, and it's gonna be there's gonna be bars in it. So that's at least that's my fingerprint on the song. But yeah, dude. So when I started going like the commercial route and trying that, because I always felt like I wanted to be more digestible, because
Mm.
I wanted to attract the masses. So, but when I did that, I was starting to get too pulled into it. And then just like really I was like, this is too, like I was starting to get too much in that world, and I was like, that's not real to me to be all the way covered in just like pop. That's not me. So that's when I backed off of that, took a step back, and then really just like kept my head down and started working on everything that I wanted to work on. Like I started doing music I wanted to work on. And then it was just kind of like that's when I started blending it. You know what I mean? I was just like,
Mm.
okay, I want to be digestible, but I want like content that is with substance. I wanted substance. You know,
Yes.
how can I make digestible substance? And I feel like I figured it out, you know? Figured that out now.
Facts. And that's a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
I see me. I'm a big time hip hop head, and I study artists. I study them I don't make music myself anymore, but I still love to study artists and to pick apart their music. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah, I
hear
love
the
that.
bars. I'm one of those fans that will I look for the bars, and when I find them, I'm like, yes, she
Yes.
did it. She brought it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like she
Yes.
didn't fail it. You know what I mean? She's keeping it real with that pin. So I've listened to most of your catalog. I probably there's some stuff that more hearing stuff here I need to listen to, but I listen to it mostly, and I noticed that, you know what I mean, with how your
Yeah.
pen has evolved, and that's just beautiful. That's smart. That's very intelligent of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, so for instance, I put out my song Champions with Paul Wall, right?
Well, yes.
And then people who don't care to actually listen to what you're saying and they're just listening like passive listener, I'll get comments like, "Oh, she's not even saying anything in the song. It's just sounds like everyone else, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, if you really listen to what I'm saying, dude, the first couple lines is bars. So I'm just like, the first thing is like C, which is yes in Spanish, right? So I say C. Yes, I got the checks, right? Yes, I got the
Mm,
checks. Y por qué? ¿Qué? Porque means like why, right? So
yes.
like, so, and then I say, y por qué? ¿Qué? Why you tripping? Take the steps. So why you tripping? When you trip, you're not taking the right steps, right? Like when you're actually falling and tripping on your feet,
Yeah.
like you're not
Yeah.
taking the
Yeah.
right steps, right? And
Yeah.
then it's also saying like, why you tripping? Like, why are you mad at me that I'm winning? Like
Mm,
take the steps to win. Like why you tripping on me, go take the steps, like go do the work, right? And then
yeah.
also like why you tripping, like why are you like doubting yourself, like why you tripping, like fuck I'm not winning, take the steps, like the stairs, like take the stairs up, to success. Just
That's
right there. No one like that went like obviously went over people's heads. They're like, oh, there's nothing I'm like, bro, like that one bar has like three fucking meanings right there, you know what I mean?
hell yeah.
That's just in the
Triple
first fucking three
entendre.
lines. You know what I'm saying?
So for people who don't know, when we talk about bars, we're talking about double entendres, metaphors, stuff like
Metaphor.
that, punchlines. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
there's a
metaphors
lot of
and
people who
punchline.
don't. Yeah, people who don't get it, and that's dope that you get that. That's how I can tell you're a real hip hop head. Like
Yeah,
you implement that into your own music. You know what I mean?
for sure. That's why
So
Lil Wayne's my favorite rapper. I want to say like Biggie's my ultimate rapper. Like if someone put a gun to my head, it would be like Biggie or Wayne, and I don't know, that I'd probably die.
yeah,
But I'm saying like,
yeah. I
but
noticed because you didn't
you know
put
what I mean?
Biggie on your top five.
I know because when I say like top five, when I'm going through like eras, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So my
yeah,
top
yeah,
five I feel like has evolved, and I feel like now I'm coming to like my ultimate top five. You know what I mean?
yeah.
For
So
sure. And
this was
Biggie's
your
on my
top five.
ultimate.
I think about a year ago, you said Lil Wayne, and I got a bone to pick with you. Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, GT Garza, Nicki Minaj. Very
Okay.
solid top five. Like I
Yeah.
love it. It's
So it's
cool.
changed.
Okay, so it's changed, but like no Eminem. Eminem's not on in there.
No, no. Like, although I completely respect Eminem as a
Oh
rapper,
no.
as an artist, as a lyricist, as just like eating up the track. Absolutely. I all the way don't feel like he tells my story. You know what I mean? So that's why
You
he's
never
not on.
wanted to kill your baby mama.
No, I never did. You know what I mean? Like his
Yeah,
problems
I can
weren't
see
are
that.
not my problems. You know what I mean? So
I can
that's
see that. I can see that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's not relatable, right?
Yeah, all the
But
way
you
to me,
respect the
like
pin though.
I respect everything about
Yeah,
him 100%. But to be my top five, you have to tell my story a little bit. Like, I have to
got
see me myself in you. And I don't know if he tells my story, you know?
Okay, that's fair. So real quick, what's your top five now? Then you could one more time. It was Lil Wayne, Kanye. Okay, so
Kanye's
Kanye
no
West
more.
probably out. That's the
He's
one that's
out.
probably out, right? Because he's gone
Uh
crazy. So it
he's
was Lil
out.
Wayne, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is he's top three to me. It's Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, and Big Pun for me, and then DMX and Lil Wayne. So Kendrick Lamar, GT Garza, and Nicki Minaj. So who's your top five now?
So now it's Lil Wayne, Biggie, Nicki Minaj. I've realized that Paul Wall is on my top five, bro. Paul
Oh,
Wall,
really?
dude, because I opened up for Paul Wall here in El Paso, and then and I was lit off the Henny and shit. And dude, I was like partying with my people, and every fucking song I'm singing every single word. And I'm like, I know this whole motherfucker's catalog, and we were dancing, and it was a vibe. It was Texas
Yeah.
as fuck. And I looked around the room, and I'm like, this motherfucker's one of my favorite rappers. Oh shit! Like, okay, like Paul Wall's one of my top 5, bro.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Paul Wall's my top 5 for real. And then I
definitely
like to
in
leave.
Texas is my top 5. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. And I like to leave like number 5 is always like my rotation one. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
Like I
All
I,
right.
I don't have like a solid fifth. Like it's always like people who are impacting me at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So like Extentacion has been been in that space before. Fucking
I could
UGK has
see
been
that.
in a,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. UGK has been in, oh, Kendrick for sure. Drake has even been in that space before. You know what I'm saying? So I always have like,
Drake.
yeah, because you know why? Because
Yeah.
he's also his son. He's Lil Wayne's son too. So Wayne taught him how to be metaphorical. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to have that bars. So like,
But
although
Wayne also told Drake, "Don't be street, motherfucker."
right,
He
for
said it on
sure.
an interview.
And when he's just doing his shit, like,
Yeah.
what he's good at and does that, like, it's fire. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you can't lie to yourself and say that you wouldn't want a feature from Drake. Like, any rapper, I don't care who you are on the come up, if Drake hit you up right now and told you, like, let's get on a song, you'd fucking do it. Period.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Period.
I
So,
mean,
like,
I
yeah,
don't think
so I always have that
I mean,
rotation.
straight up, I probably won't because I talked a lot of shit about Drake.
Yeah, if Drake called you, you would take the feature, bro. You would do
I'll do the
it.
interview. I'll do the
You
interview.
would do the interview, bro. You would do
Yeah,
it. You
one
know what I
thousand
mean?
percent, of course,
For
because he's still
sure.
Drake. He is.
You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
he's
mean?
one of the biggest artists in the world.
GT
Yeah,
Garza. I'm GT Garza's son. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I am a GT Garza son for real. Like GT Garza
yeah.
taught me so much. He taught me he sharpened me for sure. Like during our
Yeah.
time working together and working on my album Raw Gold Honey, which I got it tatted right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I got Raw Gold Honey. Like I love that motherfucking album for real. And he taught me a lot. So GT is definitely up there too in rotation. Lil Kim was up there for a while too because I also respected her starting it all. You know what I mean? Definitely. And then her shit's just raw. Her just raw as fuck. And you can't take that away from her. You know what I'm saying? Lauren Hill's been in there. You know, like I just like it's always changing, but yeah.
Yeah, Lauren Hill's the goat, man. I love
Yeah.
Lauren Hill. My daughter is actually a rapper too. She's 11, and she just rapped on a Lauren Hill beat and shit. So we're just
No
gonna do it.
way. I
Yeah, yeah,
love it. That is
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
dope.
She loves
Wow.
Lauren Hill.
That's
Hell
great that
yeah,
she's starting young, dude. I wish I would have started at
yeah,
11. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
It's
gonna be
amazing.
awesome.
One thing about I think she's gonna be really good at this is because first she wanted to do it on her own. You know what I mean? She wanted to do
Yeah,
this,
it's
and
coming from
she
her.
has and she has exactly, and she has a very great memory. She locks
Nice.
in the six. She locks in the 16 like that, locked and loaded.
Tight. That is so
Always has a
tight.
16 on her. Like I can tell her to spit like two 16s right now. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Right. So I told her memory is a very good deal when it comes to performing. When it
Right.
comes to the ciphers, it's gonna take you up as an MC. You know?
I love that. That's great. That's great that she's
Yeah.
starting so young. You know, that's gonna time is on her side. So that's what's up.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, can you give her a shout out real quick? Her name's Maria the Boss. Just say shout out to Maria
Maria
the
the
Boss.
boss. What's up? What's
Let's
up? What's
go.
up?
I'm gonna put that on her music video.
Love it.
So you were not. I know I've had you for a while. I'm gonna let you go here in just a second. I got a few more questions, and I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Let me run through the comments real quick. I'm gonna get to these last questions, guys, because it's already been an hour, and she's a busy woman. So real quick questions. Texas Pesci said, for those of us that have been fans, we've seen the work she put in. I always tell people about her team backpack appearance. You did a team
Oh,
backpack cipher?
I did, dude. I
Oh, I didn't
did.
know that.
So
Holy
look,
shit!
that
What
was
the
during my
hell?
experimental phase. So that's why I'm not super like I don't promote it. But yes, I did Team Backpack. I did it. I did it. I did it. Did it.
Oh, I
I
want.
was very experimental with my verse.
But- oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't. I haven't seen it. I can't believe I didn't see that. I went down.
Don't.
I thought I looked up
Let's
freaking
not talk
everything in the
about it.
freaking world that had to do with Krystall Poppin.
Change the subject.
Okay. So, shout out to Texas Pesci says shout out to Garza.
Yes.
And from Mexican says ask her if old school Tobias Brown is on her top 10. Who's that?
That's 3 a.m. That's my DJ now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 3 a.m. used to be Tobias Brown here in El Paso, and we were in a rap group together. I was in a rap group with Tobias Brown and with Mikey Cloud, and we were called LFDC.
Mm.
So we did a bunch of music together. We did a bunch of shows together and stuff. And then we all decided to go our own ways and solo. So everyone went solo. And then Tobias changed, he went through his artist journey and stuff. And he became 3 a.m., which spoke to him more. He also like changed his sound, and he found himself as an artist. And he puts out his solo music, and he started DJing. Like he picked up, a DJ deck, and he started learning how to DJ. And right when he started learning how to DJ, that's when GT Garza found me. And GT was like, hey, I found you on the internet. You're really dope. Go on tour with me. And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I'm going to go on tour with you. So I was like, fuck, I need a DJ. And then my homie was just like, I think 3 just started DJing. Like, let's ask him. And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, and I didn't know. And he was one of my good friends. You know what I mean? I guess he was just kind of like doing it on the low. So I hit him up. I was like, hey, bro, like, I heard you're DJing. And he's like, yeah, I'm trying to learn this shit. And I was just like, bro, go on tour with me. I need a DJ. And he's like, fuck yeah, let's go. So, so he's been my DJ ever since
Oh,
2018, 2017, 2018. He's been my DJ. And we've been on tours together. We've done really big shows together. Like, that's my best friend, bro, for real. 3 a.m. is my best friend.
dope, man, dope. Troy Greathouse said Shorty so fire for real.
Hey, what's up?
I feel like Ludacris and Paul don't get the recognition. Oh, speaking of Ludacris, I'm glad you brought that up. That was one of my. You were extra on a Ludacris video.
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, I also opened up for him in
You
Austin.
also opened up for him. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I found you in the video.
You did.
Yeah, you can
Oh
barely see
shit,
you on the fence. You're
yeah,
like
I
on
was
the
on the
fence. You're
fence.
like, yeah.
Yeah, so I was
I
running.
looked through and I couldn't. It's hard to see because
It's
it's
hard to
dark.
see it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I found you. Well, because I did some. I think I found a post with you wearing that same shirt.
Yeah.
So oh,
Dude,
there
you
it is.
were connecting
That's how.
dots. You're like
Yeah.
the Nardwar. You're like the Mexican Nardwar, bro. That is so cool. Yeah, bro.
Definitely
I was
put
an
my work
extra
in.
in a
Yeah.
Ludacris video. It's called Beast Mode. If anyone wants to check it out, I'm like banging on a fence and shit. But it's really cool. I love Ludacris. You know what I mean? I think he's very lyrical. He's also got punchlines and metaphors and shit like that. So that's why I like him. I opened up for him, and it was super nice when I met him that day. And I also appreciate his trajectory as far as his career because he got into movies and got that movie money. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get that movie money. I acted in a movie as well, and I was in a movie called Lost Souls, and I was like the lead supporting role, and it was really cool, dude. So I had a lot of fun acting. I didn't know like would be something that I would grow to love, and I love it. So I
Mm.
hope to like be in another movie soon.
Dope, man. Oh, real quick, guys, I can't answer all those questions, guys. I love y'all. You know it because I got my own questions, and it's already we've been on it for a long time. But shout out to everybody. But real quick, one of the guys said, and I heard her say it, guys. I heard her say it, and it is a big deal. It is a big deal. This guy, the Troy Greyhouse, said the Mexican Nardwar is a huge statement. Yeah,
Ooh, bro,
yeah,
it's that deep dive shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. When you
because
said
sometimes
that,
you,
my heart skipped like a little bit right there because
bro,
I ain't
because
gonna
you do the
lie.
deep dive.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been up. I've been like I take this very, very seriously. And I've been up till 3, 4 a.m. doing my research.
A
I've
lot of people
watched
don't do
all your
that.
interviews. I've listened to a lot of your music. I watched all your interviews, and so that's a huge thing for me, and I really appreciate that for real.
Yeah,
Means a
bro,
lot to me.
like that you take the
Yeah,
time, like that makes it more interesting versus like,
yeah,
how did you get your name?
yeah,
Where did you grow
yeah,
up? Like, of course you're
yeah,
gonna talk about that, but the fact that you
yeah,
bring up stuff that I wasn't even expecting you to talk about, like that's really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Keep doing that.
awesome.
Keep doing that
Awesome.
shit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You worked with Reverie from California.
Yes, I did.
Reverie is man, she's amazing. She's a very
Yeah.
well respected MC. She's for real for real. When it comes to pin game, when it comes to being an MC, she's rapped on countless ciphers.
Yep.
So when I saw y'all together, I was like, with animes, I was like, what the F? Like, this is crazy. How was it working with Reverie?
Reverie, she's dope as fuck, bro. Like we're homegirls, and like we've grown like to really respect each other's craft, and like, see each other grow and shit. And she's just dope as fuck. She's an amazing performer. You know what I'm saying? Like her pen is crazy. So I think that she's really holding it down for Cali.
Mm,
And you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it was really dope to work with her, because when I worked with her and Jenny 69 on our song that we got together,
Jenny
um
692, yeah, that's dope.
yeah, it was like it was just very like female empowerment, you know what I mean? Like it felt
Yes.
really good to like be in the room with them and to be on the song and performing the song with them and stuff. So it was really dope for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Did she give you any advice? Because Reverie, she's traveled overseas.
Mhm.
She's been around, bro. Like if you go to
Yeah.
Cali, you mention her name, it better come behind some respect. Like they
Yeah,
don't play
yeah.
around with her back over there, man. So, did she give you any advice or anything like that? She talked to you?
Yeah, I mean, like I mean, we're always like always talking about like she kind of like showed me a lot of ways to like do like work some business and stuff.
Mm,
Like we'd go into a room and she'd network with a bunch of people, and she'd be like, make sure you get their Instagrams and like do this and do that. And I'd be like, okay, like that's good. Like she got the little tips and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because she's been
yeah,
working business for a while, so that was really cool for sure.
dope, awesome, so dope, so dope. So, we said that we gotta, we covered that, we covered that, we covered that. Okay. Okay, one thing real quick. What's a red flag for? And I want this for people who's watching this. What's a red flag from shady promoters? How do you catch early on that it's not going to be good business?
I mean, there's a million things in my head that I can say. You know what I mean? Like, when they don't want to when they only want to talk to you and they don't want to talk to anyone else that's representing you, red flag. Um, like,
Yeah,
especially girls, dude, like, don't be talking to people, like, don't be showing up places by yourself, because you never fucking know, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
people take advantage of women a lot of the time. So that's what I'm saying. Also, when it comes to the money, like, if they don't want to give you half up front is like always, golden. If not everything up front, but if they don't want to like give you at least half up front, like that's a red flag. Do not like I don't get on stage unless I've been paid in full. You know what I mean? Like I don't even show up if I haven't gotten half. You know what I mean? So like you guys don't even get on stage if they ain't paid you. So that's what I say.
So,
Um
to for people listening, she means that when they book you, you got to pay they got to pay you a deposit. Okay, and it's
Deposit,
usually
yeah.
it's the first half, and then when you arrive at the venue, they have to give you the back end before you
Right.
perform.
So that I mean, I don't know how everyone else does it, and this is just the way me and Smooth do it. Like I need half to travel. At least, if not the whole thing. Like sometimes I'll get the whole thing, which is better for me. You know what I mean? But I need half to travel to go to your city to show up. At least I need half, and then I need the rest before I grab that mic. That's the way I work. You know what I mean?
Nice, got you, got you.
And that's just like because people will play with your money and they'll play in your face, man. So careful, y'all.
Thank you.
Get your motherfucking money for real.
Hell yeah. All right, last question. Last question. Gotta let you go. I gotta let her go, guys. I gotta let her go. All right. It's already been an hour. How did the collaboration? This is a question from one of the commenters, Rudy Payan from Odessa, Texas. How did the how did the collaboration with Tessa Blanchard come about?
So Smooth connected that. He's friends with Tessa Blanchard, works with TNA wrestling and all of that. So when he was talking to Tessa one time, he's like, "Hey, um, if you need, I'm putting a production company together, and I'm working with this female rapper, and I think it'd be really cool if she did your theme song." And she's, making her comeback to TNA. She was gone for a long time, and now it's her comeback. And she thought it was a really good idea because to come back to TNA with a new theme song, because she had one before, but she was like, that'd be a really cool, like, fresh start, for me to jump out with a brand new theme song, custom song, like for me. So they had like a meeting about it, and she gave him a bunch of like pointers that she wanted him to mention to me about to be in the song. So when me and Smooth talked about it, he was just like, yeah, they call her, the undeniable diamond. They say this about her and she feels this about herself, woman empowerment. He was just kind of giving me like a list of things that represent her because I had never met her before. So I was just like, okay, you know what? This woman just sounds like a me, you know what I mean? Just like, chasing your dreams, never letting anyone get in your fucking way. Like,
That's fire.
like I felt like I aligned with her values. So I was like, I got this. Like, I'm just gonna like speak about her, like through what I feel, like what I personally feel, about myself in my career. So that's what I did. I went in there and I wrote the song in 30 minutes, bro. I wrote this song in 30 minutes just because like I had all the bullet points and then I was like, this is how I'm gonna like lay it out. And
Mm.
yeah, and her theme song came through and I sent it back to her and then I was like, hey, Smooth, if she has anything she wants to change, let me know. But he showed it to her and she fucking loved it. And like she didn't give me like not even one change, revision or nothing. So yeah, that's how that happened. She loved it. She started playing it when she came out to all her events. And then the TNA wrestling came to El Paso and I was able to walk her out here in El Paso and perform it
That's
live.
all. That was a big deal, man. That
That
was
was
very that was woman empowerment to the fullest, bro.
Yes, yes.
How did it
It was
feel
so dope.
walking out doing that, bro? Performing that song, like that's crazy. That's
It was
wild.
wild. It was wild, bro, because it was like in one of the big arenas here in El Paso, and like it was actually sold out. They actually stopped letting people in because it was so packed. And
Wow.
yeah, so a lot of people were there, and it was on pay-per-view, so it was like on television, So that was the first for me too as well. And it just felt like although it was really big and I was really excited, as soon as I walked out, I felt like I belonged there. Like I didn't feel out of place at all. I felt like this, yeah, this is the room I'm supposed to be in. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Facts.
Hmm.
Well, and that's gonna be it for today's interview. That I have one more question. I forgot about this.
What?
Diaz Jr.
Yeah.
He was he was your manager. Smooth Vega took over the management. So is he not your manager anymore?
Yeah. No. No, he's not. Mm-mm.
So yeah, y'all were. Is everything okay? Still good with y'all?
Um, I wish him the best.
Nice. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, y'all were together for a long time. That was a long road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen the Honey Whip.
The honey whip, yes. Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool time in my life. I lived in an RV for people who don't know because I'm about this music shit. For
Yeah.
real, for real. I sold everything I owned, bro, except my laptop and like a couple pairs of jeans. And I moved into an RV and I started traveling all around America to look for stages to perform on and just like network and do this music shit for real, you know? Because I didn't want the
Mhm.
distractions of like living in the city, like the comforts of home, you know what I mean? I wanted to throw myself out there and like see places I've never seen, like meet people I've never met. And I feel like because I did that, like the universe just came together in order to put me in the right places at the right
Mm.
time. And because of that journey and because of the music I made during that journey, that's when GT Garza found me. And that's how that whole other like journey happened. You know what I mean? So
See,
it was a
man,
really,
there's so much stuff that I freaking want to
it's
ask
so
you.
much, bro. It's so
We
much.
gotta do part two.
I know.
If I get uh 100 likes, would you do a part two?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
100 likes. All
Yeah.
right, she said it, ladies and gentlemen. 100 likes on YouTube. If I get 100 likes on, and that's kind of hard for me to do. If I get 100 likes on my YouTube, she's gonna do a part two. Yeah, because like there's so much stuff I want to ask you. It's just crazy to pick your brain apart because everything you've been through. You've been doing this for so many years. You've been all over the country, like the whole thing in the RV. You went to Las Vegas. You lived in California
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
You were really out there. You once said that you think that every artist should go live in Los Angeles. You once said that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You
At
still
least
believe that?
once. Even if it's not permanent, like actually it's never really permanent. I don't even really know people who go there and stay there. You know what I mean? Like there's a time where I feel like in your artistry you need to experience that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even if it's just for a period of time because it's hard. You really really have to work to survive out there and networking is everywhere. Just like the speed at which you can make shit happen is crazy. Like it
Mm.
can only happen in cities like that. Like, it happens in places like LA, like New York, you know what I mean? Atlanta, a lot of stuff like that speed
Yeah.
of of networking is in those bigger cities, and it just is. That's just how it is. So yeah, I definitely feel like you guys need to do that.
Awesome. So, guys, I need all the likes, I need all the comments, all the shares to convince her to come back and do a part two, guys. All right. Any shout outs do you have?
Shout out to Smooth Vega.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to Snoop Vega, man.
My album Morningside Heights is going to drop June 27th. So
Oh,
make sure you
yes.
guys keep an eye out for that. My Big Boy song drops May 2nd with a
Next
video.
next
Um
Friday.
yeah, Friday. And it's going to be really, really fun. So make sure you guys also make sure you follow me everywhere, especially Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I go live on my YouTube every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So make sure you check me out there if you want to get like a real personal connection with me. And yeah, fuck with me, bro. Got a
Yeah,
lot of shows
awesome.
coming
Yeah,
up. Got a lot of
you're
things
at
happening. Just
yes, you got
popping it.
what you're 175,000 followers on Instagram, but I think it's gonna hit 200,000 very soon. And
It's
you got
188 actually.
it's a 188.
188.
God damn, I suck.
Yeah.
You got 68,000 subscribers on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
right?
I
All
think it
right.
is.
Numbers in my head are horrible, but so let's get her to 100,000 subscribers. Krystall Poppin, I just want to say that what you're doing right now is very, it's very big for people like me, man, Mexican Americans who live in the state of Texas. You're really representing us, and I believe that 1,000% you're gonna be up there with the greats. And I think you're gonna be a goat. I think you're gonna be on the Mount Rushmore. They're gonna
Thank
discuss you alongside Lauren Hill, Nicki Minaj, and what you're doing is very special to us, and we're really
thank
rooting
you.
for you. Keep
Thank
on
you
going,
so
please.
much. I
Yeah,
appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do this for y'all. I'm gonna do this for people who look like us, for people who don't look like us, who just feel inspired or
yeah,
connection to the story, to the journey. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this for real. Like I'm going. I ain't no stopping.
facts. And we believe in you. All
Thank
right. Thank you
you.
so much for tuning. Thank you for doing this for me, doing
Of
coming to
course.
my platform. Thank you to Smooth Vega for making it happen. And we got some big things coming from Window Vision Media, guys. We did it, guys. We had Krystall Poppin on my show. We did it. It happened. It happened, Texas.
Period.
All right.
Hey. Thanks, bro. We'll see you.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You
Bye.
too.
All right, guys. Well, we did it, man. Krystall Poppin interview. Can y'all freaking believe it? We did it. I mean, she's one of the biggest artists in Texas. I mean, people really, she's going all over the country, bro. She's doing big numbers. People are watching from all over the country, all over the world. This was a big deal for my platform, and I really appreciate Krystall Poppin for taking the time out of her day to be doing this, man. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. Shout out to Smooth Vega. Smooth, I really do owe you a lot, man. Thank you for making that happen. Smooth Vega is a very good guy. He let me know. He said we can make the Krystall Poppin interview happen if you want. I said, hell yeah, of course. I want that opportunity. And he made it happen. So, man, big ups to Smooth Vega for real, man, for looking out for a Mexican, man. He really, I think when I interviewed him, you know, he liked the interview. I think he liked my energy. He thought I asked him I guess I did ask a messy question, but it was a messy question that was necessary, bro. People wanted to know it. Anyways, but I think like and that happened, but I think overall he really respected what I do, and I hope he respects what I do. And but just much love to Smooth Vega because I respect what he does for the scene, for the community, man. That was a beautiful interview. It was very good. It went. There's some questions that I still wanted to ask, but we were an hour in. You know what I mean? I couldn't ask for more of her time. You know what I mean? She's a busy woman. She got lots of music to make, and she got releases lined up. So I didn't want to take any more of her time. So we moved for an hour. That was a long interview. Just actually a longer. I thought we were gonna go 45 minutes, but I did have a lot of questions. I did have more questions to ask. There's so much stuff I wanted to get into. I wanted to get into the GT Garza. I wanted to get into that to the Honey and Gold album. God, that was one of her most lyrical ones. I wanted to get into Damn, my light went out. Dang, that interview ended right before one of my lights went out. Look at that. That's God, bro. That's freaking God. One of my light that's crazy. Interview ended, one of my lights went out. That would have been embarrassing if that light went out before the interview ended. God dang, that would have been embarrassing. But yeah, I had so much questions to ask still. I wanted to ask about Timmy Taw. But I wanted to ask about Bun B or that song she has, Game Day. But incredible interview. Guys, let me know what y'all thought about that interview. I'm gonna clip it up, so please be on the lookout for the clips. So share the clips, like this freaking live, share the live one more time if you're still watching. Because even though the live's about to end, they're still gonna see the video when it's up. So great interview, man. It went great, bro. There was still some things that I wanted to ask, but I felt like it was a good. The couple questions that I had, I think they were good enough to end the interview with. You know what I mean? Because we were an hour in. It's a long time. So yeah, man, badass. Shout out to Mike Miller, man. Badass interview. Mundo Vision to the top. Shout out to Texas Pesci. I got you the shout out, bruh. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Chronos in the building. Sad. Oh man, I just seen this. If we get the part 2, we'll get that question in. Shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight, man. That was wild, bro. Great interview, great energy, bro. A great back and forth, man. You know what I mean? That was a live interview, bro. I don't think y'all understand how hard that is to pull off, bro. Like a live, that's no edits. Live interview, no edits whatsoever, bro. Live entertainment. And we were interacting with the fans. I'm doing a live interview, trying to get my questions off, trying to get my agenda that I have for the interview. I'm trying to accomplish that. At the same time, I'm catering to the fans. I mean, who else is gonna do some shit like that? Who else is gonna do that? Thank you so much, Sylvia Coy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're watching. I'm so glad you find my interviews entertaining. You said I'm a great personality. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It really does. You have no idea. And when Krystall Poppin said Mexican Nardwar, I was like, I'm not worthy though. I'm not worthy. Nardwar, bro, are you kidding me? He's the GOAT of interviewers. That's the GOAT, bro. So to even have that little slight comparison is a very, very big deal for me. Because damn, yeah, you don't understand how much work. I got 3 interviews this week, bro, that I prepared for. I'm talking late nights, bro. I'm talking researching all fucking day, bro, all night. With thousands of questions floating through my brain. How am I going to do this? What question? I had tons. Look, I had questions. This notepad, this notepad, this notepad. All of my phone, 1,000 questions. Questions everywhere. And I have all these questions, and I got to put it into a 1-hour interview. Y'all know how hard that is, bro. It's freaking difficult, man. It's stressful. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But when it gets to happening, though, that's the fun part for me too. Though it's researching really good and talking about topics that they did not expect. I do that to every guest. Castro Escobar told me straight up that was the best interview he ever had, and that's my goal, bro. That's my goal. When Krystall Poppin said that the Mexican Nardwar, and then she said that I asked some things that she didn't expect. That's what I do, bro. That's my goal. That's why I put so much work in, bro, to get that reaction, to do something different that other interviews aren't doing, bro. My next interview is Chito the Clown, and then we got Andrew Acuna early next week. And I got 2 interviews lined up, but they're not 100% confirmed, but they're big names. They're big names. Like one throughout the world is a big name, and one is a big name in Texas. But I'm not gonna announce those yet until they're 100% locked in. I've learned my lesson. I'm not announcing guests until they're 100% locked in, like we're on the phone with each other type shit. You know what I mean? But so be on the lookout, guys. It's and I think with this KP interview, it's gonna get even crazier. like I think more opportunities are gonna open for me, and they already are. Smooth Vega really helped me out. Thank you to everybody that watched, bro. This is getting bigger. Yeah, y'all don't understand how hungry I am. Y'all don't understand, bro. This is my life. This is who I am. This is everything. I love doing this shit, man. I when I research and I get overwhelmed and especially doing multiple interviews a week, I get overwhelmed, bro. You know what I mean? I get a little stressed. You know what I mean? 'Cause I got so much other things going on in my life. You know what I mean? Work and I got 4 kids. Got sports. I'm a coach, a baseball coach. So it's hard to juggle everything. But when the interview happens, bro, like all that goes away. Like I'm just happy I'm having this interview. Like I'm happy that I'm working. That all that research and all that work that I put into this interview is happening now. Here it is for y'all. Everything that these past 2-3 days of all the research that I did, boom, I handed it to y'all on a beautiful plate, bro, for y'all just to consume, and that is very satisfying. We out, guys. I'm out. All right, I could talk here forever and shit. You know what I mean? I don't want no violins playing, bro. I'm really happy about how that interview turned out. I'm real happy how the prolific interview turned out. Prolific interview was fire. You need to go watch that, bro. Thank you so much, Sylvia. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. This data, Platon. Hell yeah. I put out there for you on a Platon, homie. Uh, but I'm about to go get on a Platon right now, bro. I'm hungry as fuck. I'm gonna go eat, and I'm gonna celebrate, bro. I'm gonna celebrate this interview, man. Just man, and then but yeah, like I was saying, bro, prolific interview was also amazing. Go check out that interview, guys. Please go check it out now. All right, prolific was dope. We got Chito the Clown. It's gonna be delayed a day or two. Something happened with Chito the Clown. I think he had scheduled something he forgot, but we're gonna delay it a day or two. But it's coming. The interview is gonna happen with Chito the Clown. I'm very excited for that one. He's been putting on for Houston for years, bro. He's like a legend in Houston, bro. So the Chito the Clown interview is happening, and it's going to be delayed a couple of days, but what's going to happen? And then we're going to have Andrew Acuna, Texas sketch artist. That's going to be something else, bro. That's going to be a dope interview. That's going to be entertaining as fuck, bro. I got some dope questions. I already have his interview already planned out already. I already got it all written down, questions ready to go. So yeah. So early next week, I will be announcing the new lineup for the week after. Like I said, they're not confirmed 100%. But hopefully we get them confirmed, and hopefully I want at least a good 3-4 interviews lined up. So I'm gonna do something crazy. It's gonna take me a little time though to get everybody booked in, but I'm gonna do a freaking interview marathon, bro. Like I'm gonna try to like go crazy, bro. I'm gonna try to do some shit that nobody's ever done. I want to interview like 100 rappers in less than 24 hours. You think I should do that? That'd be crazy, bro. It is something that I want to do. Like it's some push myself to the limit. You know what I mean? But that's I gotta plan that out. You know what I mean? I gotta find all the freaking rappers that'll do it, and so that's something that I'm working towards though. That I do want to do in the future. Hopefully by the summertime, and that'll be a big deal. So, anyways. Oh, bro, what's up, my guy? Shout out to Latinx hip hop. Did you catch the interview? Did you watch the KP interview? Appreciate you. Yeah, man. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to put that work in. You know what I mean? I'm trying. But I'm gonna go, guys. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, man. Don't forget to share the live. Don't forget to share this video and be on the lookout for the clips, guys. The clips, you gotta help me push those, man. Okay. Thank y'all to everybody tuning in. I love y'all, man. Thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me. Okay, cool. It's about to be up, bro. I'm in the live right now in a second. It's gonna be up. So yeah, it was a very great interview. KP, she answered all my questions. She did a very great job. She her vibes, her energy were 1,000%, and she really gave me a great interview, man. For real, she's very easy to interview. She got good answers. She's media trained. You could tell. She knows what she's doing. So shout out to her. Shout out to you guys. I am out of here. It's your boy Levy, and this is Mundo Vision Media. And we out. Have a good night.